Okay, folks, we are back. I'm going to make this Facebook Live work. I've got a customer of mine. His name is Danny Blanchard. He's out in Medicine Hat. I'm about to send him an invite and do a quick little interview with what he's doing. So I'm going to try to get him on the line here. I've just done it. So it's inviting. I'm just waiting for him to click on. For those of you who are joining, just let me know where you're from. Danny, how's it going, buddy?
Hey, Emilio, how are things, buddy?
Listen, Danny, things are fantastic. Thanks for taking time with your busy nap schedule to get on the phone with me here.
We got a big time difference, buddy. I just got up.
Yeah, no, I know. Listen, being out in Alberta is kind of crazy and all that good stuff. Danny, the reason why I asked you to come on today is I have a lot of people asking me what I'm doing with my Asirvia business and how I'm talking to customers and how units are working, the goals that you got. As well as it's just going to be like a testimonial, so if you don't mind, there's going to be some people sharing this Facebook Live. I hope that's okay with you.
It's okay with me, buddy.
All right, perfect. So the first thing, Danny, just for your business, for those who don't know, Danny, he's in the car business. He does a lot of guerrilla sales, as I like to call them. So he saw the goes, and he thought it'd be a great tool for him to use for when he goes to all these different dealerships all the way across the country. So, Danny, when you first saw the video that I asked you to take a quick look at, what did you think?
Well, the first thing I thought of, Emilio, was that this can't be happening. There's no way that technology can allow us to be basically hiding in somebody's backyard, if you want to say. And, you know, I was skeptic. I was skeptic as hell, buddy, I got to tell you. And then, you know, you talked me into ordering the units on the old platform. And, like, bottom line, I was blown away. Like, this thing is crazy. Like, right now, I've got 3 or 4 of them activated. I got my neighbors asking me if it's me that's sending a signal to their phones they're getting. It's crazy.
So you get a lot of people.
Business goes, oh, and business, like, you know, like you said, I do car sales that are across the country, and what I will do is I will take one of these Go units, and I put one in last week at a, here we have Co-op grocery stores. I put one in I parked at the Co-op grocery store, which was about a quarter mile down the road from the dealership, and we had 830 hits in 2 days just on people walking in and out of that grocery store that were coming to the dealership that I was at and saying, hey, I heard about the sale here on my phone. So say what you want, it works.
Okay, no, and that's awesome. That's one of the things that I really want people to understand on this call is the power of people seeing your message. You know what I mean? The exposures that you got, you know, for your $77 sales, because I imagine that's what you were running at the time.
Exactly.
The exposure that the dealership gets. So maybe, you know, he got 820 exposures. Maybe 50 of those people, you know, knew about the dealership, knew about the sale that was going on. But it was the other 750, I'd guess, that I would say or so, that would show up and start asking you questions about the sales that are happening over there.
Well, you're right, because when people come to the dealership, I ask them, how did they hear about the sale? You know, we do a direct flyer mail drop at homes. We'll do social media. And it was just this last sale that I used the Go units, and I'd say about 30% of the people saying, I got a message on my phone. Now, I didn't want to go through telling them how they got the message, but boy, I tell you, when I'm dedicating advertising dollars, I can really shave off the advertising that I'm charging, you know, the dealer, and just focus it more towards the Go unit. So, like, it's fantastic.
It's fantastic. And it's so fantastic. I'm going to tell the story just so everyone knows. Danny was at a dealership about 3 weeks ago out in Saskatchewan there. For all you guys, you're not going to know where that is. It's in the middle of nowhere. There's a bunch of wheat flower trees all over the place, or whatever you want to call it. But when Danny left the dealership that day, he got on the phone with me, and the gentleman there also picked up 8 units.
You're exactly right. Yeah, the finance manager said, how is this happening? You know, and I didn't want to divulge my Care Milk secret, but I figured, you know, what the heck, I might as well let him know. And I think it was within those 10 minutes he had given you a call, and he placed an order right away. He's got his kids taking this on as a business, just listening to the radio and people that are doing radio advertising, and he's going to these people and saying, listen, why don't I go after a traffic that you want to attract? So, for instance, they have the a hockey team there, the Saskatoon Blades, and he had one. His kid put one in his pocket, just going to the Saskatoon Blades game, and that was for a restaurant. He said, like, the opportunities are endless with this.
Yeah, and that's just it. You know, for anyone who's on the call and stuff like that, whoever's going to be watching this Facebook Live in a day or 2 days from now, this is the power that the Go unit has. You know what I mean? Here's a gentleman. He's in the car business. He's very successful. I learned a lot from him way back in 07 out in Vancouver, British Columbia is where we first met. And when I got involved with Asirvia and I saw this Go unit, the one thing that I thought was, what type of people are going to be able to use this unit, are going to be able to help their businesses grow? And I went to people that I knew that were in business for themselves. And Danny's one of, like I said, he's a longtime friend of mine. But I showed him the unit. He loved it after watching the video. You know, he's being modest, but it was funny because from the time I showed him the video to the time that he signed up might have been like 10, 15 minutes, or maybe it was even less.
Now, one thing I will say, Emilio, it was a little bit frustrating at the start, waiting for the units to come in. But for anybody that's watching this video, the wait is well worth it. Because, you know, as frustrated I was getting, once I got them, I was like a kid at Christmas time. You know, and these things are as good as your creativity. You know, get creative with these things, and they produce results.
Just emphasize, Danny, because, you know, I'm glad you actually mentioned that, the frustrating part. You know, let's go through the story that we did together. So you got the older units, the older Goes that we had to wait a while for you to get those. You know, and we got through all that, and then, you know, we had the little mishap and stuff like that. And, you know, when you first got these new units compared to the old ones on the platform that you saw in the back office there, you know, how different was it? How much easier was it to, you know, put your message on, and how quickly it got out to all the different notifications and all the different exposures that you were getting?
Well, the first thing that I noticed, Amelia, was that when you made a change on these new units, I guess if you want to call them, your changes are instantaneous. With the old ones, it took 24 hours. You know, I call you and say, Emilio, somebody's sleeping over there. My stuff isn't getting activated. Well, these new ones are right away. And, you know, you led me on a wild goose chase, you know, with the old units of how to track these things. And there was computer programs you got to download and all this stuff. It was a pain in the butt. But with the new ones, you can watch it live. How many hits are hitting on whatever beacon at whatever time, which helped me because then I can get to know what message is working best. And so I took 3 of my units, erased them clean, and copied the same program. I had ones that are working, and that's what makes sense. Like with the old units, we couldn't do that. With these new units, you know right now, it's live. The dashboard tells you what's working and what's going on. So it's really cool. And the first time when the new units came in, I programmed them at night before I went to bed. It was like probably 10 o'clock at night. And the next morning, I remember you text me saying, buddy, your beacons are going bananas. Like, you're getting hits like crazy. Those were just my neighbors, and I'm just in a residential neighborhood. So it was pretty cool to see the effectiveness of all of them. So I can think all my neighbors were wondering where the $77 sale was.
No, 100%. Hey, Dave, listen, I just want to thank you for your time. I want to thank you also for referring customers to me, which is really great, because you sent me the other guy out in Vancouver that I'm currently talking to right now. And guys, just so you guys know, show this video, share the video. You heard it straight from Danny's mouth, you know what I mean? From waiting for, going through the whole process with the old units to the new units to the exposures that he's getting, what happened at the grocery store for one of his $77 sales that he's having. People are using them, people are seeing them, and people are actively pursuing those deals and those messages that they're seeing. Danny, I want to thank you for your time. Go on and enjoy your day out in Medicine Hat, because I'm freezing here in Toronto today, buddy.
Okay, buddy, take care. Have a good one. Bye now.
All right, everyone else, have a great day. Thanks for watching.